If you didn't go this year, you need to go. It is fantastic. But one of the things that I heard somebody say in one of the outbreak sessions was he had a new Christian in his church, brand new Christian almost, but he had a heart and a passion for evangelism. It was so easy for him to just walk up to anybody and start telling about Jesus because he was so excited. And he came to Pastor and he said, Pastor, I want to start going out on the street and start telling people about Jesus. What do you think about that? Preacher was like, that's great. Yeah. He said, well, what about this? So this is what I really feel like God's telling me to do. I feel like he's telling me to take out there a blow-up swimming pool full of water to see if people want to get baptized. And the pastor this was one of his people in his church. He did that thing just like all of us would probably do. Yeah, I don't know about a pool of water on the street, how that would really. And then you start coming up with all the logistics issues and problems and water and slipperage and. But you know what? He didn't do that. He said, go for it. Go for it. So that guy went out to the street, and they took a team of people. They took a blow-up swimming pool. They baptized 28 people on the street. 8 people got baptized in the Holy Ghost. But that's just crazy. You can't just walk out on the street somewhere and take a blow-up swimming pool full of water. Why can't you? Why not? We got crazier places than that we baptize people in. I think I'd rather be baptized in a blow-up swimming pool than out in the creek there where the snakes and stuff are. But what if we did that? What if we just went on the street and started telling people about Jesus and said, hey, you want to get baptized? Yeah. That can happen. It does happen. And I guarantee you, if you went to pastor and said, hey, pastor, I want to go and this is what I want to do. If it is about spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ, I'm going to go on a limb here. He's probably not going to tell you no. Because the pastor of this church, I know his heart and his passion is to see people come to know Jesus. And that's where we need to get to. I'm reading a book right now, and y'all pray for me, because you know how you pray that, Lord, what do you want me to do? What's the direction for my life? Where do you want me to go next? What is the next thing you have for my life? And he's been telling me this for years, and I've just never really wanted to do this because, number one, I just can't stand to study. I'm not a really good reader. I don't like to read that much. But God told me to go to seminary. And so I started a seminary here real recent. And I'm diving into this thing. I'm reading this book, and it's just, again, this is how God works. It's called The Kingdom Focused Church. And the guy that wrote this book, his name is Gene Mims, and he so profoundly describes what the church is and what it isn't. And he says, it is an outpost in a war zone where real life happens. It is not a fortress to hide in or a pristine edifice to impress those who pass its doors. No, a church is a gathering of real people living real lives, struggling with real issues. It is a place on earth where pilgrims on a journey make their way to eternity. Love that. It is a place where every imaginable struggle occurs and every sin is sinned. It is a place of transformation and miracles. It is a place where God surprises us in unexpected, unpredictable, and unknowable ways. This is an amazing vision of the church. And this is what we have got to get to. Where people come in here and just go, where God just takes your breath away. Because He's overwhelming. The presence of God can move you to do things and to be about things that you could never even begin to imagine or comprehend or think in your mind. The vision that you think you have for your life, the direction that you think you're supposed to be going into, is it the one that Jesus has put before you and laid out? What is the vision that's been laid out? Go ye therefore into all nations, making disciples, telling people about Jesus. Do you agree with that tonight? Do you believe that this church is that church? That is the one that goes out into this community and begins to change people's lives with the gospel message of Jesus Christ. Come on and stand to your feet, church.